Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to an exciting cricket show today on Cricket Happenings. The reason being, Virat Kohli, the champion batsman of India, today did something which has never happened. 4,000 runs in IPL. He has become the first player to breach the 4,000 runs mark in the Indian Premier League. Not only that, he reeled off his fourth IPL century. What a way to go! And not only that, what he did is Royal Challengers Bangalore, even though they won by the Duckworth-Lewis method, in the sense it was the Duckworth-Lewis method because the rain reduced the match to a 15 overs a side game, and thanks to Virat Kohli, who slammed, as I said, 113 runs of just 50 deliveries. He got to his 50 of just 22 deliveries, and he made 113 of 50 deliveries with 12 fours and 8 beautifully hit sixes. And what a way to bring up that. I mean, Royal Challengers Bangalore. I mean, with that century and the way that Virat Kohli played, and the opener Chris Gayle was also firing on all cylinders. And today, Chris Gayle smashed 73 of just 32 deliveries, 4 fours, and 8 massive sixes. And the Royal Challengers Bangalore got to a total of 211 for 3. And they saw to it that the Kings of Punjab, who already were without the services of Maxwell and Stoinis, continued to struggle as they mustered only 120 for 9 of their allotted in 14 overs, because it was decided with the Duckworth-Lewis method. They had to get it in 14 overs, and they finished at 120 for 9. But what a knock from Virat Kohli. Take a bow, Mr. Virat Kohli, the pink-eyed boy of Indian cricket, the champion batsman of Indian cricket. What a way to get on 4 centuries, 4,000 runs in IPL, and not only that, what it did is that Royal Challengers Bangalore, who were actually placed number 5 yesterday, today jumped into the second position, and now all that the Royal Challengers Bangalore have to do is to win their next assignment, which is coming up. I'm not sure which team it is, but it is coming up on a Sunday. If they do that, and they would be the ones who would be qualifying for the playoffs. My word, this was tremendous batting from Virat Kohli. Well, we're going to talk about that, and also tomorrow, the first of the, as you know, Sri Lanka are touring England. Sri Lanka have an young and inexperienced side under the captaincy of Angelo Matthews, and Rangana Herath and Angelo Matthews are only the very experienced personnel there. Other than that, it represents a bunch of inexperienced and young persons, young cricketers there, and it would be interesting to see. I think it would be a sort of a litmus test for all the Sri Lankan cricket players. And as you know, Kumar Sangakkara and Jayawardene played in the last series, where it was an exciting series, where we had a lot of, I would say, lots of excitement, lots of runs scored, close matches. But now there is no Kumar Sangakkara, there is no Mahela Jayawardene, and Mahela Jayawardene, as you know, is the batting consultant for the English cricket team now. And I can tell you that. I would very plainly say I'm going to do a brief preview, no doubt, because tomorrow is the first test match of the tour of England and Sri Lanka coming up, and that is going to be played at Headingley in Leeds. And I can say one thing for sure, it's a litmus test for the Sri Lankan batsmen, for sure. The Sri Lankan players, I would say, with an young and inexperienced bunch of cricketers who are actually building up. I mean, they are on a learning curve right now. So let's first head towards the Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore, the favorite place. I mean, Bangalore was playing in the home ground, and they gave immense joy to their state today, Royal Challengers Bangalore. But the Kings of Punjab were the ones who actually won the toss, and when it was decided that it was a 15 over a side game, yeah, they did the definite thing. They thought they could chase it, but they would have probably never, they probably didn't expect Royal Challengers to, fire in such a fashion to post 211 for 3 of their 15 overs. So let's see what happened. So Kings 11 Punjab win the toss and putting in the Royal Challengers Bangalore to bat first here at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Gayle and Kohli started, and well, I can tell you, once Gayle and Kohli started, the fireworks had begun right from the first ball, one could say, as Kohli started banging boundaries of the bowling of Sandeep Sharma. He was squeezing those well-directed Yorkers, which Sandeep Sharma was bowling beautifully. I mean, as we have seen Virat Kohli, what is his what skill he possesses when he actually squeezes the Yorker through the gap into the fence. And this is what he does best. His whiplash strokes were out, his lofted strokes were there, his clean driving was going on at the other end. Chris Gayle was the other one who was smashing them all across the park, and things were not really working for the Kings 11 Punjab, as they were really receiving a big battering at the hands of Chris Gayle and Virat Kohli, and this particular Royal Challengers Bangalore's score was just flying high. Sandeep Sharma, let's have a look at the bowling figures that will give you an idea as to how the Royal Challengers Bangalore batsman Chris Gayle and the captain Virat Kohli played. Sandeep Sharma, 3 overs cost him 29 runs. He picked up 1 wicket. Mohit Sharma, 3 overs cost him 33 runs. Kyle Abbott, 3 overs, 1 for 48. The only solace for Kyle Abbott being getting his countryman A.B. de Villiers with a slower ball. He duped him, and A.B. de Villiers was clean bowled for naught. And I would say, thank heavens for the Kings 11 Punjab that A.B. de Villiers departed, because he had entered the scene at a very tailor-made situation after 147 runs were added by the swashbuckling opener Chris Gayle and the irrepressible Virat Kohli. Kyle Abbott, 3 overs, 148. Kariyappa, the leg spinner, was given a big tonking by Chris Gayle and Kohli, who really, I would say, they toyed with Kariyappa by slamming him for 55 runs in 3 overs. Akshar Patel disappeared for 46 with 1 wicket. And if you look at the bowling analysis there, Sandeep Sharma is the only one who was paired. But look at the bowling analysis. His economy rate is 9.66. So that will give you an inkling as to how powerful Chris Gayle and Virat Kohli were. Mohit Sharma, 11 runs per over. Kyle Abbott, 16 runs per over. Kariyappa, the leggy, 18.33 per over. And Akshar Patel, 15.33 per over. Look at the sixes. Kariyappa was slammed for 7 sixes. I mean, you can say that the majority of the runs Kariyappa gave was sixes. So basically, Gayle and Kohli were dealing only in sixes when Kariyappa was bowling. And then also Akshar Patel was another one to be slammed a lot when he was hit for 5 sixes and 2 fours. So such was the exhibition of batting. And as I said, the Royal Challengers, the Bangalore crowd, got their value for money today, and they were really enjoying every bit of it. Why not? Chris Gayle and Virat Kohli, awesome combination. We once thought that A.B. de Villiers and Kohli was the terrific combination, but Chris Gayle and Kohli was absolute dynamite. And look at that score that Royal Challengers posted. I mean, Chris Gayle, he was really tonking the ball high beautifully. He was getting those his feet to really work. As you know, once Chris Gayle, he stands at his position and slams the ball, and he was slamming it with immense power. And Virat Kohli was the other one who was giving him all the confidence to do it. And things were really, I mean, I would say things were moving at fearsome pace, as Royal Challengers batsman Chris Gayle and Virat Kohli tore into the Kings 11 Punjab attack to post 147 runs in 11 overs. So that will give you, I mean, I would say, I'm just lost for statistics here. 13 runs, more than 13 runs per over. That was the run rate at which Gayle and Kohli were going. They were slamming it all around. And I mean, I would say they were these Kings 11 Punjab bowlers were looking like spring chickens. And finally, I would say, in the 12th over, in the 11th over, the last ball of the 11th over, finally Kings 11 Punjab, after all the slamming that they were receiving, finally got some solace, as Chris Gayle was caught by Miller of the bowling of Akshar Patel for 73 of just 32 deliveries with 4 fours and 8 big sixes hit. After that, AB de Villiers, as I said, was sold a dummy by Kyle Abbott, his countryman, as what he did is he actually duped him with a slower delivery, and AB de Villiers actually was fooled by that, and it went on to his stumps. So AB de Villiers very lucky, I would say. I would say the Kings of Punjab were very lucky because AB de Villiers was walking at such a situation, such a tailor-made situation at 147, and you can imagine if AB de Villiers had stayed, I would say there would have been murder at the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Kohli and AB de Villiers would have murdered the bowling. So I would say Kings of Punjab were really spared. They could thank the heavens that de Villiers was dismissed for a duck today of just 2 deliveries. After that, Kohli was continuing in the same vein. He was going big. He was doing all those things which are required, some innovation, whatever you could name it. Kohli had all the strokes in the book. At the other end, KL Rahul also showed a lot of innovation. But then finally, Virat Kohli getting to his 4th century in the IPL, becoming the first person to do so, becoming the first person to score, get 4,000 runs in IPL, and what a knock from Virat Kohli, a capital knock from Virat Kohli. And then finally, Sandeep Sharma managed to pick up his wicket in the 14th over with Virat Kohli out for 113 of just 50 deliveries, which had 12 fours and 8 sixes written all over it. And then finally, it was left to KL Rahul to play an innings of an unbeaten 16 as Virat Kohli was out in the 14th over. That was a penultimate over, and in the 15th over, 11 runs were taken, with KL Rahul playing a very beautiful reverse scoop of the final delivery to finish on an unbeaten 16 of just 6 deliveries with 3 fours hit in that. Shane Watson was not out on 1, and Royal Challengers Bangalore sat on a princely 211 for 3 of 15 overs, and that meant that Kings of Punjab to reach the target, they were given a target of 203 runs. This was by the Duckworth-Lewis method. They needed 203 runs from 14 overs, and that was at a clip of, I would say, it's much more, probably more than 15 runs per over, and let's see what happened. The Kings of Punjab were absolutely no match. Murli Vijay started it all with some heavy tonking when he started going after Stuart Binney by hitting him for a 6 on the boundary, and then Murli Vijay departed after making a quick 16 of just 8 deliveries, 2 fours and 1 6. The next to go was Ridhiman Saha. Ridhiman Saha came in and started firing boundaries at will. He was once probably they had a game plan there. Murli Vijay tried to taunt, but he only succeeded to the extent of 16. Ridhiman Saha also probably under instruction started firing boundaries right from the word go, but after making a very sweet 24 of just 10 deliveries with 5 fours embedded in it, he lost his wicket as Chahal actually had him LBW. That was the only aggression that could be seen. After that, there could not be any aggression. Amla was a victim of Arvind for 9 of 6 balls with 1 6. David Miller, who came in as number 4 batsman here, he was dismissed by Watson for 3. Gurkirat Singh made 18. Chahal was the one who was doing the damage there. He was picking up the wickets. One knew that the pressure was really building because they had to go for the runs. And in doing so, the Kings of Punjab kept on losing their wickets. Gurkirat Singh was out for 18 of 18 balls with 2 fours. Akshar Patel was out for 13 of 9 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Behadin and Abbott were sent back by Chahal for ducks. Mohit Sharma ran out for 14 of 12 balls with 2 fours. And Kariappa was not out on 12 of 8 balls with 1 4. Sandeep Sharma not out 5. As I said, they just didn't have any answer because the force of that Gayle and the Kohli and the Gayle innings had a profound effect on this Kings of Punjab batsman. As Kings of Punjab, all they could muster was 120 for 9 of their 14 overs, and the Virat Kohli's men, that is RCB, won the match by 82 runs with the Duckworth-Lewis method. Virat Kohli, without any shadow of doubt, was man of the match, and what it did is that it took Royal Challengers Bangalore from the 5th position and put them into 2nd position. And now I'm sure Royal Challengers Bangalore are breathing really free, but they will be keeping an eye on the Sunday match. If they could actually get that Sunday match in their grasp, well, they have already qualified. So let's have a look at the bowling from the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Chahal was the best bowler, 3 overs, no maiden, 25 runs and 4 wickets. He had the luxury of actually bowling whatever he wanted because of the luxury of a big score there. Stuart Binney 1 over for 11 runs. Arvind 2 overs, 2 for 18. Jordan bowled 1 over for 12. 2 for 7 for Shane Watson. Varun Arun 1 over went for 17, was a bit costly. Gayle 3 overs cost him 25. Sachin Baby bowled 1 over for 4 runs. So Virat Kohli of Royal Challengers Bangalore, man of the match for his royal innings, I would say, of 113 of just 50 deliveries with 12 fours and 8 sixes. Once more, I have to say, the champion Virat Kohli, take a bow. Okay, so that is as far as that match is concerned. Now we are going into some international cricket. As the international cricket is about to begin after the World Cup, we are going to see the start of the first international cricket match other than the IPL, and definitely one is looking forward to it. As England, Sri Lanka are in England, they are touring England, and Sri Lanka are playing their first test match. Let's have a look at the Sri Lankan team. The reason being, as I said, for Sri Lanka, I can only say this match tomorrow, the first test match, is going to be played at Headingley in Leeds, and there are forecasts for rain showers to probably break up play, but definitely one says that the pitch is having a green tinge on it, so it should definitely help the pacers. And also one would remember that not long ago, probably a week back, we had Joe Root and Jonathan Bairstow putting big runs on this particular wicket. It was a record-breaking 372 run stand which happened in a county championship match. So let's have a look at the Sri Lankan team. Now, let me put it in a nutshell that this is a litmus test tour for the Sri Lankan cricketers, no doubt about it. As I said, there is only the Angelo Matthews, the Sri Lankan captain, is the one who's the most experienced. Then they have Rangana Herath, who has lots of experience, and they are the only ones. Other than that, if you look at it, Dimuth Karunaratne has forced himself into the team, and yes, he has definitely got a century under his belt on this tour, so that is the good news against Leicestershire. Kaushal Silva, I'm sure, Kaushal Silva, any time I would say that he's a wonderful test player. He's a perfect, ideal test player because he has a very good technique, and let me tell you, he's a magnificent fielder. Anywhere you put him, especially in the close, he's and probably one does not know after being hit on the head when actually in a domestic game in Sri Lanka, he was admitted to the hospital in an emergency manner. Whether he has really got over that remains to be seen, whether that has really shaken him, and that will really tell us as to how gutsy Kaushal Silva is. Kushal Mendis, well, as we know, Kushal Mendis has been highly talked by none other than the expert player from Sri Lanka, Kumar Sangakkara. He was the schoolboy cricketer of the year, Kushal Mendis, and in fact, Kumar Sangakkara has said that this bloke is destined for greater things in cricket. Dinesh Chandimal, the wicketkeeper, also a bit experienced there, I would say. Then Milinda Srivardhana, very exciting all-rounder according to me. He has a lot of things. There are a lot of things to prove for all these cricketers. Dasun Shanaka, who normally, he's a very good tonker of the ball, but what one has seen is that he's not afraid to play his strokes, and he's the one who's going to strengthen the middle order, and not only that, he's to add up to that, he's also a very useful medium pacer too, and probably on English wickets. He's the one who probably could swing the ball a bit there. Rangana Herath, and the pace bowling, Dushmanta Chamira has lots of punch in his pace bowling, no doubt about it. He bowls with some awesome pace, and one would see how he does on this English wickets. And many of these players are actually touring England for the first time. They probably played in the county games there when two tour matches were played. So definitely they would have a sort of a hang about what's happening on English pitches. Rangana Herath, then they have Dushmanta Chami. Rangana Herath, very wily left-arm spinner, almost coming to the evening of his career. Dushmanta Chamira, he has a very good bouncer. Let me tell you, he has a good slower delivery. He has a good bouncer. We have seen him bowl against New Zealand. He definitely has a lot in his repertoire. And then Shaminda Eranga is back. Now Shaminda Eranga, as you know, he has a sort of a slinging action, but he's quite effective. And Suranga Lakmal, let us say that Suranga Lakmal is the one I will be really watching out, because I think Suranga Lakmal would definitely love these English wickets. He can really get the ball to talk here. But one man that they are missing, according to me, is none other than Damika Prasad. Because of his injury, he's out of this. But I thought he would have been an ideal choice. But unfortunately, due to injury, he has not made it. So one hopes that he comes back. But in the first test, he's definitely not there. So that's a big blow, according to me, because I thought he's one who can really bowl very well, and he has that sort of psychological record against England last year, as you would remember. Now, talking about the England team. Well, England team, Alistair Cook is, as you know, he's just, I think it's, if I'm not wrong, he's just 36 runs away from getting into the 10,000 run mark. And what a moment that would be for Alistair Cook. He just needs another 36 runs to be the first English cricketer to actually go on to the 10,000 run mark. I'm just trying to say, yes. He's the first Englishman to go to the 10,000 runs mark in test matches. I wish him good luck. He would love to do it tomorrow, in the first test itself. And I'm sure all the English cricket fans would be hoping that tomorrow England win the toss. Whatever it be, they would love to see England bat first tomorrow, because they would like to see it, I would say, they would like to see everything done and dusted as far as Alistair Cook is concerned, with he making 36 runs to get to his 10,000 runs mark. And what a great record that would be for Alistair Cook. 10,000 runs in test cricket is no joke. Alex Hales would be the opening part of Alistair Cook. They have Nick Compton. Now, Nick Compton is another one on whom one should keep an eye, because Nick Compton, I think, has been lucky enough to make it to the England side, and one hopes that he takes this opportunity with both hands. For me, Nick Compton is someone who has actually come, probably one would say that probably where Ian Bell would have been playing, I thought Nick Compton is playing. So Nick Compton is another one who would be very keenly watched, and he himself would know that this is a big test for him, and he has to really get going pretty quickly, lest he loses his chance, because there are lots of other good players who are breathing near him, I would say. Then we have Joe Root. Now, what to say about Joe Root? Joe Root, I have nothing to say about Joe Root. He's someone who is such a class player, one of the best players to have emerged on the England cricket scene. He is strong on every format that he can play, any sort of game, a waiting game, aggressive game, whatever you want. Joe Root can adapt himself quite magnificently. And not only that, Joe Root, as you know, there was a recent Cricketer of the Year that in England they had a sort of award ceremony, and Joe Root was voted as the best cricketer. Why not? He truly deserved it. He just scored tons of runs. James Vince is another one who is in the mix too. Whether James Vince is going to play, he's the one who will be into the middle order. And in the middle order, I think James Vince is someone which probably initially I felt that whether James Vince was a good selection, but I have to say it's a good selection, because James Vince, what he does, is an aggressive cricketer, and he likes to play his strokes. So I think that will be a good ploy for James Vince to actually really play against the old ball. And then, we all know about Ben Stokes. What a mercurial all-rounder is, and what a difference he can make to the England team in whatever way whatever he does. And then Johnny Barristow, wicketkeeper, another man who is on some great form. The other day he put that record 372 run stand with Joe Root. So that is fresh in memory. It was done at the same ground, Headingley Leeds. Jonathan Barristow will be hoping for more. Moeen Ali, of late, when I've seen his batting has not been up to the mark. He has petered a bit as far as batting is concerned, but one is really looking forward to him. And he's coming at number 8, so that really tells that this England batting lineup is absolutely strong. And then they have Stuart Broad, the all-rounder, who's also a good bat, coming in at number 9. And then they have the service of Stephen Finnis back after that injury at number 10. and then James Anderson, the number 11, who is also no rabbit with the bat. So I think all in all, it promises to be a very good setup. But as I said, all the eyes would be on Sri Lanka, because the Sri Lankans are the ones who are, as I said, young and inexperienced bunch led by an experienced captain like Inglo Matthews. But they are having a litmus test, and whether they can stand the litmus test tomorrow, it will be very interesting to see every performance that the Sri Lankan cricketer does, whether it is batting, bowling or fielding, because this is something which is govern the future of Sri Lankan cricket. And I'm sure this is a learning curve, and Sri Lanka definitely are going to get a lot of lessons out of it. I'm sure that Sri Lanka are not going to be concerned with the result here. I would say Sri Lankans are definitely underdogs in this tournament. Underdogs in this test series, because England are a very powerful unit, and especially considering that they are playing at home, they are extremely powerful. Well, dear fans and subscribers, that really puts a lid on this Cricket Happening show for today. Hope you all enjoyed it, and there's more to come tomorrow on the first day's play between England and Sri Lanka at Headingley Leeds, and also the IPL game that is coming up tomorrow. I have a feeling it is Gujarat Lions are taking on the Delhi Daredevils, if I'm not wrong. If I'm not mistaken, I just need to have a look at it to see whether what I am saying is right or not. I have a feeling it is definitely Gujarat Lions. I have no doubt about it that tomorrow Gujarat Lions are definitely playing, because Suresh Raina is back. So I know for a fact that Suresh Raina is there in the team. So Gujarat Lions are definitely playing a match tomorrow. But I'm not sure about the opposition. I'm trying to, just trying to help you, dear fans, subscribers, and trying to see. And this is also the first time that a first T20 match is going to be held, where it's going to be the Gujarat Lions